Hello and welcome to my workshop. My name is Jeff McDonald. Today what I'm going to do is a resin bowl, something different than doing segments. I normally do segmented bowls, as you know, but today what I'm doing is a resin bowl. I'm going to start with this. This is a waste block. It'll be in the center of the bowl as I pour around. Now what I'm going to use is this as the filler. This is a shavings of looks like maple and I think this is Paduke. I do have it's all Paduke. So it's two-tone kind of color shavings from oat bowls I've made. I keep some of the shavings just for this purpose. And then I'm going to use Alumilite Clear Slow, two-part. It's a 12-minute epoxy resin, and it gives me plenty of time to work it. I haven't decided on the color I might add. I thought about going clear. I'm thinking about going black. I'm back and forth, so we'll see what I decide. But right now I'm going to start by cutting this waste block so that I can prepare it to go into the center of the bowl. What I'm going to do is going to cut this so that less work on the bands on the lathe. As in all my videos, when you hear music playing, the speed of the video is at least 5 times faster, sometimes 10, sometimes 15. Depends on how big the video is. The thing is, if I don't do that, I would have an hour-and-a-half video, and nobody really wants to watch me do this for an hour-and-a-half. So anyway, I just wanted to let everybody know why everything's going so fast. All right, guys. What I've done is I was going to go take this thing in and put it in the oven because wet wood and resin do not mix. So you have to dry the wood down to almost 0% moisture. That would take 2 days. So instead, what I did is I wrapped it in plastic, and that'll keep the resin away from this. Is a waste block anyway. It's going to be turned away anyway. So. And I checked the wood for the shavings that are going in the bowl, and it is really dry. And so I think we're safe to just go ahead. What happens if you mix wet wood and resin? When I say wet wood, it don't even have to be wet. It just has to be a little wet. And I mean, like 6%, 10%, 20. Well, 6% is okay. Maybe 10%. And it causes a reaction that the resin don't want to stick to nothing. And so it causes all these busted air bubbles inside the project. So you don't want that, of course. So what I did, of course, I wrapped it in this. And so looking down here, I've actually done more projects like that and put it in the oven, but my wife don't like it because it stinks up the house like baking wood, right? And so what I've done is I put this on here with these sticks, and to hold it in place, and I'll tape these down. So this should be a good start. And the other question I had was, what am I going to do with resin? So now, I was telling you before, black or clear or whatever. Now I'm thinking about clear and black, mixing the two separately. You get it up to about 105 degrees or so, and then you pour both into the project, and they should not intermix. So then you'd have that black throughout the clear. So I'm going to try that. What the heck? If I ruin it, I've got plenty of both resin and of shaving. So, okay. So that's my next step, is to get the resin mixed up and pour it in here. All right, first thing I'm going to do is take the resin part. We do the hardener last. And I'm guessing because usually you can pour water or something in, but you can't do it with all this wood shaving, so it's hard to tell how much. So I'm just going to call it, I don't know. We'll do 24 ounces, so it's going to be 12 ounces each of the resin. 12 fluid ounces. Or just 12 ounces. I'd like to apologize for this terrible camera angle I've got you guys watching, where you're only seeing the back of the jug of my arm. Just please bear with it. It should end pretty soon. So that's 12 ounces. All right, that works out pretty good. 12 over here. Here we go. I do enjoy doing this stuff. It's something different than just doing wood all the time, This way I can, make new and different stuff. I do want to do the pine cone and resin too. And this is a project I can I can do quickly. I don't unlike segmented turning, that takes a lot of time and effort, which I don't mind, but I don't always have all that much time. So, well, there we go. So let's put this black in here. I don't even know if this will work. Never click clear. And, oh, no. Well, it didn't spill, luckily. And so we'll put this clear and black in. Now see, since I have not used a hardener yet, I have a lot of time. I can just work this in and take my time and stir it up and get it mixed in well with just the resin part, and then we'll add the hardener, and then the clock starts. It says 12 minutes, and it's pretty close to it. By 12 minutes, it's getting where it does not want it to work out very well. You got to get it in the pressure pot before 12 minutes. So I'll get my phone out and start timing it when I start putting the hardener in, okay? But I can't put it in the bowl too soon, because if I do, it'll gel with the other and it'll just be all black, okay? We don't want that. All right, where's my, there it is. All right, got my timer set when I'm ready. All right. Now, part of this, since it's a 12-minute waiting, I'm not, I'm going to cut that part out. I'll quit talking at some point. And once we pour it, once you see it, me testing it for the heat, we're not going to record that part. Okay? Got it figured out. There we go. A lot of times this hardener lid does not like to come up. There we go. Go to 24. There we go. Now we hit the timer. Start. All right, folks. So what I'm going to do, it's going to take the next 12 minutes. I'm going to turn the camera off, so to save battery and to not bore you. So, all right. So it's time to start doing a little pouring. So I'm going to ease this in here. Some here, some here. And I have a funny feeling it's going to take 2 pours, meaning I'll use the resin I have here, and then I'll put it in a hopper, and then I'll pull it out and add more resin, because this is not going to be enough resin, I don't think. So we'll see, but I really don't think so. Oh, it's getting warm. It might be close. We'll see. I don't think so. No. We are not got enough. Yeah, we'll pull it out and we'll pour more probably tomorrow. Okay? Till then. All right. Well, it wasn't enough. I pulled it out of the pot and added more of the shavings. Now I'm going to add more of this on top. A little less this time, but yeah. And crap. My gosh, it's always dropping stuff. Ah, here we go. But yeah, it hardens pretty good after about an hour. The back system isn't pushing out any more bubbles anymore, or shrinking any more bubbles at that point. At least I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but it's hard to believe it is when it's all really stiff by now. But so what I'm doing is I'm adding another 8 ounces of each, and I'll put it back in. And this time I'll leave it overnight. I didn't want to, leave it and then wait until tomorrow. I wanted it kind of sticky a little bit like it is. So when I add this, it might blend better. I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm stirring it because I haven't added the other yet. All right. Now I can put the hardener in. Another. We'll go up to 16. This stuff is very finicky. It wants, if you, and I needed a little extra because of what I did last time, but it needs to be really close to the exact amount. If not, it won't set up right. So that's what I have learned about. Other than that, it's a really good resin. Very expensive resin. It's about $100 a gallon. And so you try not to waste it too much, All right, so now let me get the timer going. I forgot to do that. Start. Okay, timer's going. I'll bring you back when I'm pouring this. Well, I messed up. I didn't turn the camera on, so you saw me mixing it, but then I didn't turn it on when I poured it in. But you can kind of imagine what that looked like. I poured the rest of the resin I had up to the top, and I put it back in a pressure pot. And so now all we'll do is we'll wait till tomorrow, and we'll open it up and see what we have. Hopefully we have something worth turning. So till tomorrow. All right, so it's time to reveal what we got in this pressure pot. Hopefully everything turned out good. I'm hoping so. Get the pressure off here. That's how it's doing. Get the pressure off. She don't like that air sound. Whenever I use the air compressor, she goes crazy. I'm touching. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, as you can see, I'm slowly getting this done. Took me a while to figure out the best method, and I think I got it now. Now that I'm almost done. I've noticed that it's a little soft. I think the plan today is to get the bottom prepared and glue a waste block on it so I can put a tenon on the bottom on the waste block. And that way I'll have that when I go to turn the inside. But because it's so soft, I don't want to turn it quite yet. Although it might be an advantage. I'm going to see. I don't remember it being quite this soft, so we'll see how it goes. But there's a lot of air bubble holes. Now, push comes to shove, I can always mix up some resin, and I do have some 5-minute epoxy resin back there. I could have it on the lathe, turning real slow, and then keep it turning while it dries. That might be a way. I don't know if I can get it to turn that slow, though. I'm going to try it, but it has to turn really slow to use that method. What I really would like to do is get a rotisserie motor and set up some kind of system to where I can use that to do just that, turning resin while I add more resin to it as it turns until it dries. I've seen it online done. I've never seen how they do it, but I've seen people using them. So, you know what? Everything I've learned off YouTube, and now here I am doing YouTube. Ain't that it? It all comes around, don't it? Although I'm not a professional YouTuber, I don't think I'll ever will be. I don't think it's who I am. I think I'll just do what I do. Hopefully get better at what I'm doing. And that's that. So keep trying new things and see what it is I can. Ouch! That stuff's sharp coming off there. See, I put my face mask on. I'm a smart man. This stuff is flying all over the place. It's gonna be all over the shop. All right, so I'll come back when I'm ready to work on the bottom. You can tell it's very soft, which is it's good, but I don't know how good it is for finishing. Sorry. Darn it. Where'd that hammer go? There we go. Glad I didn't take those pieces of wood off there yet. I thought, well, maybe I need to take those off, but now I'm glad I didn't because it helped me to get this off. All right, but now I need to take them off. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on here. So that we can, or I can. I'll fix that one of these days. You know, I was a therapist for years, and I always taught people to say I, and I was always saying I, and for the last 3 years I've done pretty good, but doing YouTube I've been saying we, and I'm not sure where that came from. I guess I'm trying to include you in on my project, which is good, but it sounds weird, right? But if you don't mind it, I don't mind it. All right. Let me clean this up, get it flat surface. If you live in the Tampa Bay area, particularly St. Petersburg area, there is a hardwood store called Wise's Lumber. And this is where you can get lots of maple and walnut and, you know, in bulk form if you're into it. So this is where I get all of my lumber from, making all my segmented wood. And like this right here, I'm cleaning this as maple. And that came from here, or there. And so just thought I'd mention that if you are from this area. Because, you know, you can't really pick this stuff up at Home Depot and stuff. You have to find an outlet. Now, Woodcraft has wood, and they got some good wood, and they have deals sometimes, and I don't want to turn down, I don't want to, you know, turn people off to that. But I get wood from there too. I get some like Purple Heart and stuff from there. Paduke, I get some of my specialty woods from there that I cannot get from Wise's hardwood. And so, you know, just gotta find what you can find, but look for as cheap as possible, because, you know, we enjoy our hobby, but we don't want to go broke doing it, right? My hobby, unfortunately, it depends on how you look at it, is slowly turning into a business, which I didn't expect. So that's okay, but when I retired, I didn't want to work anymore, be a slave to anything. So I'm still trying to keep this very small so that I can enjoy it and go on vacation when I want to and have no problems with that. All right, I think I got this where I want it. Equal parts, right? There we go. Today, my wife's last official day of working. She retiring. I love it. That way, she's been looking forward to it. I retired 3 years ago, and she's been excited about wanting to retire too. And we have a big camper. We have a big 42-foot fifth wheel that we take places, but we don't do it very often because we both were working, and then of course she was working. So now we're hoping to do it more often if the diesel prices come down and make it more affordable to do it. But we have family up in Ohio and over in Wisconsin, Iowa, that we try to go visit at least once a year. And that's what we do. But we're wanting to do like the national parks. And never fear, YouTube, what I plan to do is build up some videos and schedule them to be released one each week while I'm gone, you know. You can't just let that go. YouTube likes you to keep things going. All right, we're looking good now. This is kind of old. It should still stick, though. We'll find out. If the bull goes flying across the room, we'll know I'm wrong. So, all righty. Gotta protect my lathe bed. All right, guys, that's that part. And then, so till tomorrow, okay? Today's Friday. I'll come back tomorrow, and this should be ready to actually turn. Hopefully, it'll get a little harder, which I believe it will. And we'll be able to finish it up tomorrow. All right, we are back, and this thing is definitely solid. And now what I'm going to do is remove this. Yeah, these should come out easy because it's just construction pine, you know. It's sometimes if you use hardwood for waste block like this, and you don't put the screws in loosely, they can break off, and then you got a mess to pull them out. You don't want to turn it, you know, with a busted screw in it. All right, so I'm gonna go around, move to this side actually, and do the outside first. All right, now what I'm hoping is that these air bubbles you see are just on the outside, and that we'll get past them as soon as we get maybe a quarter of an inch deep. We'll see a vast improvement. So let's just see what happens. Oh, first let me do this. I gotta bring the tailstock up, and you know, just for added safety. I've had my share of stuff flying off lathes, and it's fun sometimes, and sometimes it's not. Oh, there's that. Okay. That's one way to get the wood out of the way, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Yes, I love it. I love it. All right, waste blocks out. I've never had that happen before. Maybe because I had this in there, in the plastic. All right, so now we just, the slow process of doing the resin, okay? Now I gotta do some, I sanded it and sanded it. Now what I'm gonna do is do some active abrasive polish to it. Hopefully this will be the step I need to do. Before I do that, I do see that I need to blow some stuff out. Yeah, it ain't working. So let's just do this. This abrasive polish works really well for most things. I use it on wood. I use it on resin. It just works really well. And you just gotta put it on and then let it spin at about, I don't know, 300, 400 for a while. And then what you do is you increase the speed as it breaks down. And so when you first start out, it's like a 400 sandpaper, okay? I'm feeling some, oh, that's what I'm feeling. And as it breaks down, it gets like 400, 500, 600, up to like 1,000, 1,100 sandpaper. So you just got to keep going. You don't stop just because it doesn't look wet or something. You just keep going. You just add more and keep going. Okay. All right. All right. Get her going. That's at 400 there, around 420. So I'll do this for a little while. I know it's kind of boring. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and do it, and then I'll speed it up. As you can hear the dog barking in the background anyway. All right, I have sanded, and I have polished, and I have polished, and I have sanded, and I finally got it acceptable. It's not perfect, but acceptable. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the bottom off now. Take the waste block off, and then polish the bottom, okay? Fairly shiny, got the medallion on it. I like it. I mean, it isn't what I envisioned when I picked the clear and the black, but it came out pretty good. You can see a lot of the material inside. It's a nice size bowl. But anyway, you know, the air bubbles was a problem. And when I look around, you can still see small pits here and there. It's just, I could sand the bowl away before I could get rid of all the pits. So it is what it is. Let's accept it for what it is. So anyway, I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. If you do, then you'll be notified with future bowls. With that said, I just really am happy that you're with us, and I just want to say God bless and have a great day.